Obviously, I didn't do anything to Connor. Being a father was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Colin was home with Connor at the time that there first seemed to be some signs something was going on with Connor. Colin immediately called his wife, Lindsay. They went to hospital, had Connor completely evaluated, and the hospital said he's fine. Sent him home, and the next day, Connor got worse. And unfortunately, at that point, Connor was having major seizures and ended up in ICU. The doctors found subdural hematoma, which is a brain bleed. Because of that, there was pressure on the back of the eyes, which led to retinal hemorrhage, and they found increased swelling to the brain. In their opinion, Connor was shaken. The main question that was asked of these parents was, what happened? Their response was, honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. And the medical professional's position was, well, if you can't tell us what happened, then you must have abused your child. Art and I believe this is a birth trauma case because there are studies that show that there's a large percentage of children that are born vaginally with subdural hematomas. This is a loving family who have done nothing wrong but be falsely accused by the system of harming their child.
I'm not allowed to live with my son, so currently our family is separated. Lindsay, my wife, is living with her mother and Connor. I had a really bad brain injury. Communicating becomes difficult, where I get foggy or my brain just decides we're done. It just shuts off. It's very difficult to have a brain injury going through what we're going through in the court process and the proceedings. Being accused of first-degree child abuse against your own son, it's horrific. What they're accusing me of, I can absolutely deny.
Connor is a very happy and healthy little boy. He's in speech and language therapy. He does communicate more so with sign language until he's able in time to communicate with us verbally. Colin is under very strict rules of visiting. He comes over to spend time with his son when the court allows.
If Colin ended up going to prison, it would break this family very deeply. And it would break my heart for Connor because Connor loves him so much.
Okay, Colin, you're currently charged with child abuse in the first degree.
If you were convicted of child abuse 1, you could do up to life in prison.
Your case falls into what's generically called a shaken baby syndrome / abusive head trauma case. You've got a set of doctors who bought into it, and they've been trained to presume child abuse.
It's hard to really fault doctors if that's what they're trained to know. But as far as they're concerned, there can be no other explanation, and the prosecutor is probably going to do everything they can to put you in prison. You have any questions?
Not that I can think of. I'm just absorbing all of it.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't understand. We did everything right. We took care of him.
Well,
a jury is in all likelihood going to want to hold somebody responsible, and it's our job to get them to understand that this was probably related to birth trauma, because these injuries can happen naturally. As you know, your wife was in extended labor, and you saw the accelerated head growth. You had the 35 percentile at birth, and then 83 percentile 9 weeks later. Something was going on in your child's head.
The ambulance took Connor to the hospital. He was having seizures. They put him into an induced coma to stop the seizures, and they did an MRI. After the MRI was done, they said that it looks like signs of shaken baby syndrome, and we need to leave immediately. Looking back at it, Colin and I were very naive. If our eyes were open a little bit more, we probably could have seen it coming. The first night, I mean, we were already being questioned that this wasn't something natural or organic, this is something done by us, is what they were implying. The doctors took her hands and said, you had to have done this to your child or done this, pretending to hit his head on the wall. And that's that's not at all what you expect when you go to a hospital. Yeah.
Yesterday, the prosecutor made a plea offer to us, willing to plead this issue down from child abuse first degree, which is a potential life imprisonment, to child abuse in second degree. It carries a 10-year penalty, but it is probationable. No guarantee of that, but you won't be facing prison.
It's a chance you take that you win and he's exonerated, but you take a chance you are convicted and you go to prison.
It's kind of difficult to take a plea deal because I would be a registered child abuser for the rest of my life.
They just want our case off of their docket, and they're trying to figure out the fastest way to do that, and that's why you know what the judge wants you to choose. It really does seem like it's not even a choice. I think the best option to get our family back together would be accepting the plea.
Hey, Art.
Hey, plea's been withdrawn.
What?
Yes.
Who'd you talk to?
Talk to the prosecutor.
They're playing hardball.
Yep.
It's just when you think you've seen it all, there comes another twist in the road that you didn't expect.
Colin, the last time we spoke last week, I presented to you a potential plea from the prosecutor's office. And unfortunately today at 2 o'clock, I spoke with the prosecutor and all pleas are off the table. We've been preparing to go to trial this whole 2.5 years, and that's where we're gonna go.
I don't understand.
And trust me, we didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming. I've never had a plea deal taken off the table on any case, and I've been practicing 27 years.
Oh, another thing I was told today, they are looking at jail time. Whereas we were entertaining a plea with no jail, now they want jail.
I can talk.
I don't know what to say right now. This feels like a game, and it makes me really sick to my stomach. Because this isn't a game, this is our life. With our son, with our marriage,
don't believe that you ever get a fair jury trial in a shaken baby syndrome case. So the next thing I would try and do is see if there's any possibility to resurrect that plea arrangement.
I took a deal to get me and Connor back together, but it's difficult.
It's a lot for him to accept this when he didn't do anything.
And it's a big step for him because all he cares about is his family. And he's doing what he's got to do even though it's not at all what he wants to do.
I feel like I let my family down in a sense because I am now known as a child abuser, well, even though I didn't do anything.
He's not going to be behind bars for the rest of his life. There's a chance to reunify this family, and there can be a possible outcome for us to heal and live our lives freely and be happy and get this weight off of our chest and breathe again.
And I'm willing to take a little time to get my family back.